The Raiders signing of Antonio Brown, is that more for Vegas? What do you make of the Antonio Brown, Trent Brown extravaganza and what Gruden's doing with Mayock to remake this team in Gruden's image here, Mike?
I think that was going to happen either way. I don't know that it's aimed towards Vegas. I mean, that's a happy ancillary. But if you pretend that the Raiders aren't leaving, this is what John Gruden would do anyway, which is spend year one realizing I hate this team and I have to get rid of all the components I can as quickly as possible.
Yes.
And he did that. Now it's time to rebuild. And the Antonio Brown thing is an outlier anyway, because under normal circumstances, a player with his pedigree would not be on the market. Even with a franchise like Pittsburgh, which doesn't like to spend money, and even given the fact that he's tested their patience in about 12 different ways. This is the sort of thing that happened 40 years ago when Al Davis could pick up guys like Lyle Alzado, which is, another team doesn't like a really good player on his team, I'll take him. This is reminiscent of that. And that's why it's so unusual. And Bill Barnwell pointed out that this is such an unusual development that it almost makes no sense and there's almost no precedent for it. But if you take the money component out of it, it's very much a Raider deal in that somebody else got fed up with a really good player. I know, we'll take him. We don't need to fix him. We don't care if he's fixed. We just want him to catch footballs for us.
You know what? I thought the same thing, Ray, over the last 24 hours, that Al Davis would have loved this guy who can stretch the field. We're going to go vertical. We're going to take him. He might have been a guy who created problems in your spot, but he's coming to our spot. It's the silver and black. We're committed to excellence, and let's roll. That's what I thought that for sure.
He would cheerfully have swindled the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'm sure wherever he is, it irks him that John Gruden did it.
Why is that, Ray? Come on.
Because I don't think he liked Gruden very much, because Gruden and Al Davis are a lot alike. They really are. I mean, I don't know that I mean, the thing to remember about John Gruden is there are two voices in his head at all times. There's the coach who got fed up with Khalil Mack because he didn't show up for any OTAs, and he traded him for pennies on the dollar. And he got rid of Amari Cooper because Derek Carr sort of lost confidence in him. He lost confidence in the team, and it was spiraling out of control. But John Gruden, the general manager and the talent evaluator, would see a guy like Antonio Brown and go, I don't care. I want him. And the fact that Mike Mayock was able to keep the price as low as it was by reading the Steelers correctly that's the big takeaway here. It's not that the Raiders, swindled Pittsburgh, although they did. It's that they were ready to do this. A year ago, I don't think they would have. But I think now Gruden's torn the team down, basically, to the studs and foundation, and now it's time to start rebuilding. And Antonio Brown was a gift from the sky.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.